everyone. Good day and good morning, universe. Hello, welcome back with me. I'm Crystal Z, and in this episode, I would like to share to every one of you about how to structuring a compelling speech. Well, I know for every one of us, drafting a speech is really sometimes it could be a nightmare, right? So here it is. Well, actually, there's a lot of things that you need to prepare to drafting a speech. Well, you can make it simple, or you can make it more complex, or you can make it more complicated, or you can make it sophisticated. Well, there's a lot of things that you can do. Probably the first thing, if you are a person who like to searching or thirst of inspirations, you would probably go, like walking, finding a good spot to thinking, or watching a movie, watching K-drama, or watching Chinese drama, or anything you can do to find your inspiration. Or probably you could also do traveling or making a journal and having a random thoughts, or you just keep trying to dream about something. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, there are a lot of things. There's a lot of stage. There's a lot of you can do, especially if you would like to drafting a speech, right? So, but however, there are three main important part or key, especially in drafting a speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, speech are consists of three main points. The first one it would be the opening. The second one would be the body, or you would say the message. And also the last part, it will be the closing one. Alright, so let us try to dig deeper for each point that inside or drafting a speech. So after you find an inspiration, you already got an inspiration. So the first thing that you need to consider in drafting your speech is you need really mastering about the material that you would like to deliver. So drafting a speech is not just about memorizing, but also know exactly the key point that you would like to share to the audience. So actually, the first thing that you need to know is finding why. Finding your why, that everyone need to listen to your speech. Why I have to listen to you? Why we need to listen to your story? Why, and why? So pretty much you need to see from others people perspective. So it could be pretty much a thriller story. It could be based on a true fact. It could be something that you put on spicy, a little bit more drama, or it could be from your personal experience. It could be anything that happens in your life. So the first key point is something that you are known for sure and you already drown into the material. Alright, so that is for the first thing. And then now we go and jumped into the opening. So what exactly inside of the opening? The opening are pretty much the first impressions that you would like to throw to the audience. So the audience will listen to you more. So there's a lot of things try to engage the audience. For example, first by asking a question to the audience. For example, so ladies and gentlemen, before I start, I would like to invite every one of you to answer this simple question. Why you need money? Of course, that question would definitely make the audience to have a little bit, a tiny time to thinking about that questions, because that question thrown about the speaker in front of them, right? So one of the things that engage the audience is by attracting them with a questions. Well, it could be a questions, or it could be if you're in an online platform, like you are delivering your speech in via Zoom or via online platform. You can also use the chat box. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen who are attending this meeting, would you like to give me the sign number one if you agree with my statement, or number two where if you disagree? And then everybody in that room or in the Zoom, they will definitely try to answer, of course. So by giving an answer or try to engage with the audience, attracting them with the questions, or pretty much giving them a statement, a questions but not also need to be answered. So that is one of the things. First impression is really so much important because it will grab the audience attention for a couple of that second, and then the audience will choose, are they going to listen to your speech or not, because they knew, this story will be a lot more interesting, I wanted to listen more. So after the questions, of course the audience might feel, I think I'm kind of curious. So being or giving a curiosity to the audience is also one of the key, especially if you would like to attract your audience. And also you need to know exactly who is your audience. You need to know exactly, are they pretty much have a range of the audience, knowledge of the audience. Are they a worker? Are they a student? Are they a college student? Are they a teenager? So pretty much after you saw all of the people in that room, you would like to, alright, because this meeting probably for my example, because I become a committee in Britzone who have a very variety of the audience. Sometimes a more formal way for Toastmaster meetings. So actually can have a little bit, giving a little bit of humor if your audience pretty much so much informal, or probably you would like to give a little bit cheesy humor if you are attending the formal one, like Toastmaster Club meetings. Well, that is for number one for the opening. And also, after the opening, we have the body. So it's pretty much the things that I would like to share to you. I would like to make it simple. I don't want to make you feel burdened after listening to my podcast, because it's, oh my god, it was such interesting but also complicated. Well, actually, it's not that complicated. Alright? And alright, so number two is the body. Alright, so after the opening, you already engage with the audience, and then you need a transition from the opening and gave them what exactly the message that you would like to share to the audience. So there are a lot of things, methods that you can share to the audience, or by giving it the message. For example, you can give by the problem first, and then the solutions, and then you conclude what exactly the message of that story. It could be a personal story, it could be personal experience I meant, or it could be something that's so much engaged that happens in your family, or in with your friend, with your colleague at work. In my experience, personal experience, is really so much have a deep impact, especially to the audience, especially if it's a common thing that happens in our society or in our daily routine life. Yeah, especially to all of us are workers, so it's easier for the audience to digest. That is in the body of the message. So you can share a story first, and then having a problem in that story, and then after it you can deliver what is the message from that story or the tagline from that story. And then after the opening and the body share the message, and have you go and having the last part, it will be the closing or the conclusion. So it's pretty much the most important part, especially if you would like to be known as what exactly you have told to the audience. You would probably be remembered with the topic or with the story that you already shared to the audience, and that exactly at the closing or at the end of your speech when you would like to conclude your speech. So the closing on the recap, what you already shared from the opening, from the body, from the message that you would like to share, and then try to give or propose. So that is exactly what happens. And how about you? So it could be closed by a question, it could be closed by a quote, it could be a closing by a strong message. So that happens not just me, but it also could happen to other people. So let us have some kind of dignity or some kind of integrity to share and to be loved. So that is pretty much one of the example. Yeah, and that it's the three main point in structuring a compelling speech. And remember, you don't have to remember all of the words or all of that sentence that you already made, because you just need to make it in point or bullet point what exactly you would like to share at your opening, and you also what would you like to share on the body, and also what would you like to share at the closing, at the end of your speech. It's pretty much like a bullet point, and then try to elaborate it in a small point and share with the story, with the example, so you will give the opportunity to the audience to digest and also try to accept it. What exactly it is all about. And I know it's not easy, but you can make it a simple speech by sharing about your personal experience, your first cell phone, and you make it in a compelling speech. There is an opening, there is a body, and also the closing one. Why you like that phone? What the experience that you remember with your first phone, and what what things that you did with your phone. So you can put several, or probably put all of your emotion. You need to have a little bit a dramatic, especially you like to share your own story. You need to share, how do you feel? Are you feel afraid? Are you feel a bit in a sorrow? Or are you feel excited and you need to cheer up and so much excited? And that is exactly the three main points when you structuring a compelling speech. It doesn't have to be a compelling for at first, and you can practicing it in front of your mirror or at work in my case. So if you all listened to my previous podcast, you might understand why I call my mirror Edward. I really love the name so much. Alright, so I hope. Okay, so let's recap. So for the opening, you can start with a question, with a statement, or with a quote, with everything. It is the time to engage your audience at the opening. And also we have the body. The body you can share about with your personal experience, and also share with your story, things that you would like to touch with the audience. Personal experience is really pretty much having a good point, especially when you would like to deliver it at to the audience. And then the third one, it will be a closing. It could be dramatic. It could be a proposal. It could be engaging with the audience. But what exactly the main message, the whole things that you would like to give to the audience as a takeaway message? All right, so everyone, I hope this podcast helping you out, especially if you would like to structuring a speech or drafting a speech. And yeah, I hope it helped you because it definitely helped me a lot. And if you would like to know more about Britzone, you can find out more on their official Instagram at BritzoneID. They have 3 classes every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. But you need to check on the website. On the official Instagram, just in case if they change it, and they just elect a new president. And for Toastmasters International, there are two. I'm the right now I'm attending 2 clubs. The first club is in Indonesia in District 87, while I'm also a club member for District 93, of which reside in Seoul, South Korea. So if you would like to know more or attending my club meeting is every Saturday evening at 7 p.m. GMT plus 7. You just need to check out from the Facebook for the link because you are using Zoom. And the club's name is the Speakers Lounge Toastmaster Club. You just need to find out more in that Facebook, and I will be the host. And this Saturday it will be interesting because this Saturday I would like to. We have a theme: unusual hobbies, and the word of the day: exciting. So if you have time, please do join the club meetings and engage more, so you can learn a lot, especially if you would like to improve your public speaking. All right, it's time for me to signing out. So thank you so much for listening. I will see you again next day or probably tomorrow. So thank you. Bye bye. 안녕.